Joining me in the studio is the Mayor of the Waimakariri, Dan Gordon. Congratulations on your election win, Dan.
Thank you, Kerry, and it's great to be back. And I just want to say thank you to our community for the confidence they've clearly shown in our council. Was really thrilled with the result. It's a strong endorsement of the direction that our council's heading in. I'm really extremely grateful for that. It's been a long campaign period, and look, we're at the end of the campaign now, and there's messaging either such ways, and I just want to say that it's time to end all that now.
Yes.
and we unite and get on with putting things for the best interests of our community. That's my message to councillors and councillors-elect on Saturday at a function I held, which was open to all candidates to attend. Was just it's time to move forward, and we work for our district because that's what we're here for.
Okay, cool. Now you're here to work for the district, and does the work start today, or do new councillors have to be sworn in? Is there things that need to be sort of sorted out in regards to that aspect of the election? But council continues with the CEO and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, it does in that interim period. And look, I had some functions on Sunday. And yesterday I carry on working, but the official, I'm mayor-elect until officially until I'm sworn in, but really I'm mayor in the job, and the councillors are effectively as well. But there's an official swearing in towards the end of this month. Councillors and board members are coming together this afternoon for a bit of an induction, and there's an induction over the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
Because there's just a lot of our systems and things in place, because we've got a number of new elected members. And obviously a great deal returning, which is fantastic. So I do just want to observe those who weren't successful, and just to acknowledge it's a big thing to stand and put your name forward. So congratulations to them for doing so. But one in particular, Robbie Bryan, 27 years service to this community. He's been an outstanding local community leader who's done some great things over his years. So in my opinion, Robbie leaves with his head held very high. He's returning as a community board member, but unfortunately didn't get back to council. But I just want to acknowledge that great service, and others who have served as well. But in that, we have some returning members like Wendy Doody, who was formerly an Oxford councillor, now elected in the Rangiora Ashley board for council, Rangiora Ashley ward, and Shona Powell out of Woodend, and Tim Bartle and Kaiapoi. And so look, really thrilled to be welcoming, and Bruce McLaren, I might add, for Rangiora Ashley ward. Really thrilled to be welcoming them on board to the council, and all the new elected members. It's going to be a great term, and looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Deputy Mayor, what's the story with the Deputy Mayor?
So I start my interview with colleagues this week. So I interview all the councillors with the Chief Executive. We talk to them about the portfolios they'd like, what their priorities are, and also who they'd like to see as Deputy Mayor. And I'll take some soundings and then make a recommendation to council in due course. I haven't a fixed opinion there. I'm starting to get some suggestions from members of the public, which I'm always welcome to hear, and others. So offline, Kerry, I'm happy to hear your any suggestions you have. But
I'm sorry, I can't make the deputy mayor.
But what I'm looking for ultimately is somebody that's capable of stepping up, supporting this role. And also, if there's a civil defence or other things, someone that's got some good common sense and capabilities, someone's got good political understanding and advice, someone, because Neville, the predecessor in the role of Deputy Mayor, has done an absolutely outstanding job there, and I really will miss him. We've had a very close working relationship, so that's the sort of person I'm looking for. Look, I'll take my soundings and obviously make a call in
see how you go
next week or two.
Now, you did mention very briefly that the campaign is over. It has been a tough campaign, and quite frankly, there's been a wee bit of angst around there. I noticed on the front page of the press web page this morning a headline that says, 1 in 7 say that violence may be needed to get the country back on track. It's a Curia TPU poll. What do you say to that sort of headline in a major metropolitan newspaper just down the road?
I think it's disappointing that members of our community or communities may feel that way. I have to say, through this campaign, it's been pretty hard. It's been probably the worst I've seen in my 30 years around public life. Very personal. And some of the Facebook pages completely toxic in terms of the terminology. Look, there's been some rumours being spread around me that are just completely unfounded and untrue. And in fact, when I've called them out, they still carry on. Someone inferred my sexuality at one stage. That should have nothing to do with it.
Absolutely nothing to do with it.
My auntie and my family spoke to me about what they saw. Those things are hurtful to family members and unacceptable. I think we've got to raise the tone. And those who feel disaffected, for whatever reason, and there are a number that do, we need to move on. COVID, all those things, mandates, other matters, sovereign citizens of this world, it was a long time ago. We are not a corrupt organisation, as they would claim. We're not trying to hide things from people. If you want to know the information, you can ask it. We are an open and transparent council, and will continue under my leadership and the council's leadership to be so. So, to those that feel that way, we have members of the public, Kerry, that come along and write their own version of our minutes because they feel, for whatever reason, that they're not getting the truth out there as they would see it. Well, the minutes are a record. They're public. People can go and listen to them anytime. I intend to make sure that we have a lot more open forums at the start of meetings, something I looked at doing last term, but we just didn't get the chance to do so. We have, unfortunately, just at times, there have been risks to the council, and they're all things that we have to take into account. Public safety is really important to us. So people, I was up in Oxford on Friday, and some guy who, for whatever reason, is disappointed with the direction of council and or where he is at in his life, was yelling abuse at myself and my supporters who are helping me take my signage down. It's a small fraction of our community, as we've heard in the last thing, but unfortunately that is just the nature of where things are. We have to lift the game because elected members are there to serve. They're not there to be abused, and neither are members of the public. Respect goes both ways. I treat people as I expect to be treated myself. So it's something that I do think we really do need to look at. And look, abuse in general, there has been a lot of it throughout the country, and we're not the only council that's faced that. So I really just hope that we can lift that game, and that's where I'm at. We've got to start talking things up, being positive, because positivity is where we need to be. There's some really great signs in our economy here locally now that are starting to shine through. We need to demonstrate that and make sure we keep on top of it, not talk things down and be negative. Negativity breeds.
That's pretty much what this radio station's about. Compass FM, nice and positive, positive vibe to keep going, but that certainly was not a positive vibe, as I say. On the front page of the press webpage this morning, 1 in 7 say the violence may be needed to get the country back on track. I think it was a irresponsible thing to do.
It's not the things we want to see, and look, I get to see the best of our community as I go around it, and it is a wonderful place. We live in an amazing place. The campaign's over, right? The negativity needs to be over. Let's just get on with it, and that small fraction that feel disenfranchised, let's find a way that we can heal and get together.
Dan Gordon, Mayor of the Waimakariri for a third term. Congratulations. We'll chat to you again next week.
Look forward to it.